Okay, what's the time? It's 7 minutes. We can begin?
Yes, Father.
Yes, Father.
I need to, let me see. We said that we were going to do the
Yes, Father.
prayers in Latin, didn't we?
Yes, indeed, we did.
Yes, right. So let's see how that works. I'm sure it works with no problem at all. Share screen. Okay, here we are. Okay. Hopefully everybody should see this.
Yes, Father.
Oh, great.
Yes,
we do.
Father.
Okay. In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Amen.
Amen.
We can say the prayers together so that we get practice. Veni Sancte Spiritus, replete tuorum corda fidelium, et tuia moris in eis ignem ascende. Imite spiritum tuum, et creabunto, et renavis faciem terre. Oremus. Deus, qui corda fidelium sancti spiritus illustratione docuisti da nobis in eodem spiritu recte sapere eius semper consolatione gaudere. Per Christum Dominum nostrum. Amen.
Amen.
Actiones nostras quesimus Domine, aspirando, preveni, et adjuvando prosequere, ut cuncta nostra oratio et operatio a te semper incipiat, et per te proepta finiatur. Per Christum Dominum nostrum.
Amen.
Sancta ora pro nobis. In the name of the Father, in nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Amen.
Amen.
Just a brief review of the prayer. It's in imperatives. In other words, it's a begging, a commanding. So it's veni, come, and that verb, it's a verb, and it comes from venire, to come. Similarly, for replay, is to fill. We get replete. No, something is full. Well, tuorum is of your coda, heart, fidelium, of your faithful. Tui amoris, your love. In eis, with the days, in them. Ignem is fire, ascende, and light the fire of your love in their hearts. And then a command: send your spirit. Imite. Spiritum tuum et creabuntur. If you look at the word creabuntur, we haven't done that. That's what is called a passive voice. But if you drop the UR, you get creabunt, which is they will create. That's the active voice. They're going to do it. The passive voice is it will be done to them. So they will be created. Okay, so for the passive voice, which we haven't tackled, we just have to add those ends to the active voice, the UR. So the form remains the same pattern. Okay, but we'll come to that in due course. And then the prayer: oh God, who hearts of your faithful, docuisti is the verb, you have taught the hearts of your faithful, illustratione, by the light of the Holy Spirit. Give, da is to give to us that same spirit, that we may be wise, sapere, so we have the right wisdom, and also consolation of him to rejoice. So we rejoice always in his consolation. Yeah. And the other prayer is a very beautiful prayer. Basically, we ask God that everything we do should begin in him, and it should end in him, and that he should carry it through by his grace. So all of our prayers and our works always begin with him, and they be brought to their perfection by him. Okay, having said this, we can stop share. And okay, we have a choice, or I have a choice. I can continue with the exercise, or we could try and do something new. I'll try the new stuff only because I want to see whether it's going to work. And again, it's going to be, most of it will be in English, so it shouldn't be too much grief, hopefully. So let's see what happens. Oh, nothing happened. Yes. Okay, stop share. I was afraid that would happen. So let's try again. Share screen. Okay. No. So I have to go there. Okay. But if I do that, okay, share screen. Okay.
Yes,
Are you
success.
Yes, success. Okay, let's see how that goes.
Right. Could you make it full screen because we're seeing things on the side?
Yes,
So,
I'm going to try that. How's that?
Right. Yes, there. Good.
Now,
Perfect.
if I can get rid of this one, that would be good. That's
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
okay. All right.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Session 22. So far, so good. Your internet connection is unstable. Guess what we're going to be doing today? Well, the pronouns relative and indefinite. Now, you'll be glad to know there are only 8 different kinds of pronouns. Okay. Okay. So just a review. The types of pronouns. So first of all, definition of a pronoun. It's a word which stands in place of a noun or a pronoun. Okay. So basically, he, she, it, they. These are the pronouns. Okay. But they're different kinds of pronouns, either from what they are or from what they do. So what we've done so far, we've done the personal pronouns, and they are substitute words for the proper name of a person or a thing. Okay, so we have I, you, he, she, and it, and we, they, me, him, her, us, and so on. Notice that they take the accusative, that they see the subject or the accusative form. Okay, we did this in Latin, so we have ego, to, is, ea, id, he, she, and it, and then nos, vos, and the others that follow, the different cases. And then we have relative pronouns, which is essentially what we're going to be looking at today. We already looked at them last week in English, so we know something of what we're talking about. And then we have the indefinite pronouns, which we're going to have to face sooner or later. So the relative pronouns, they join clauses together or 2 sentences together. And they usually take the form of whom, whom, whose, which, that, and so on. And then the indefinite pronouns, which don't refer to anybody or anything in particular. So anything, something, anyone, everyone, those are indefinite. Okay, so we have the definite pronouns, which are basically I, you, he, she, and so on, and the indefinite ones, which are general. But those, unfortunately for us, not the only ones. So basically, there are 8 types of pronouns we're going to need to look at sooner or later. We've already done the personal, so they are used as substitutes for a noun or pronoun in a sentence. So he, she, I, me, we, it, they, and so on. These are personal pronouns are straightforward. Okay. Then we have the relative pronouns, which is what essentially we're going to be looking at. They introduce a dependent or a subordinate clause, which gives more information about what we're speaking. So basically a who, whom, which, that. We did that last week. Okay. We have next the indefinite pronouns. We haven't tackled those yet. They're used for non-specific items and people, so anyone, anything. We've done the possessive pronouns. These are used to show ownership. So my house, your car, his dog, our friends, and so on. Okay. So these are possessive. The bag is hers, or the bag belongs to her, for instance. And then the others, we have not, we've done reflective. The interrogative, it basically asks a question. Who is coming to dinner? Okay. The reflective refers back to oneself. We did the reflective without calling it that. That's basically sus, sua, sum. Okay. And then there's the intensive, which means we want to make what we're talking about, we want to give it a greater emphasis. So they're used to add emphasis to a subject, and it usually ends in self. So I myself saw the accident. You want to emphasize that you didn't just see it, but you yourself, you're very much aware. You saw that you have knowledge of the details. And the demonstrative, which is this, that, these, and those, which we also did. Ipse, for instance, and illa, and so on. So we've done those. So basically, these are the 8 types of pronouns that we are going to be looking at sooner or later. So this we can come back to if we need reference. This is why I included it. Okay, so what is a relative pronoun? A pronoun stands in place of a noun or pronoun. But a relative pronoun, it does something extra. So we're going to look at what it does. Essentially, the relative pronoun is a word that has a twofold task to perform. It does 2 things. Okay, if it's relative, then it must relate. That's a good way to remember it. So 1, it does what the pronoun does. It stands for a noun. All pronouns do that. They stand in place of a noun. And secondly, it joins 2 sentences together. So a relative pronoun, the pronoun stands for the noun, the relative means it relates. It's going to join 2 sentences together. So we consider such a sentence, and it comes from the first Psalm. Happy is the man who has not followed the advice of the wicked. Okay. So blessed is the man who has not followed the counsel of the wicked, is another better translation. So this sentence is composed of 2 statements. This man is happy. Happy is the man. And notice how I put this man is happy. Happy is the man. So it's a demonstrative pronoun there. So this man is happy. And the second, that stands for the noun, the man, okay? The second is, he has not followed the advice of the wicked. So the word who links these 2 statements together in one sentence. Okay? So the 2 sentences then each have a claim on the relative pronouns. I'm going to go back. Okay, if you look happy is the man who. So that first sentence is going to be explained by the word who. Happy is the man who has done something, or who has not done something, or who has something, or who doesn't have something. So that's the first claim. And the second one is, he has not followed the advice of the wicked. He, who, the man who's happy. So the two sentences both govern the relative pronoun. They both influence the relative pronoun. In English, there isn't really a problem. But in Latin, there is, because we have the question of gender and case. Okay? So the relative pronoun then must agree with the noun or the pronoun that precedes it. This is called its antecedent. It must agree with the antecedent, both in number and in gender. As I said, we don't have the problem in English, but in Latin we do. It's going to, the number and the gender are going to apply. Whereas its case, what's the case? The case, is it subject, is it accusative, is it vocative, is it ablative, and so on. Its case will depend upon its function in the section of the sentence to which it belongs. So I'm going to go back again. So that who belongs to this clause here. Has not followed the advice of the wicked. Who? Who hasn't? So this belongs there. This bit here, happy is the man, can stand by itself. But I'm being given additional information as to what it is that's making the man happy. And the fact that he has not followed the advice of the wicked is what has made him happy. Okay? So then, again, just to clarify it again, it must agree, the relative pronoun must agree with the noun in number. So if it's plural, the relative pronoun must be plural. If the noun is masculine, the relative pronoun must be masculine. And the case will depend on the second part, whether it's the subject or whether it's the accusative or whether it's the ablative and so on. Right, so having said that, we're going to look at all of them together, the relative pronouns. Okay, I've tried to keep the, well, I didn't try. I kept the same format. So you will notice that I've kept the vocative, but there is no vocative for the relative pronouns, because you don't call someone who. Okay, so I've left that blank. I've divided it into two parts. So we have the singular and the plural. And the blue and the masculine, the yellow, the feminine, the neuter is that brownish color. So let's look at the pronouns itself. And what do we notice? Okay, the first thing is we have, if we look at the masculine, you notice that the nominative is the same, qui. And when you look at the accusative, the qui becomes quem. So again, that M tells us it's an accusative case. And then the plural becomes quos. Now, if you think about it, doesn't that look very much like dominus? Dominum and the plural dominos. Yes, it's the same form, almost. Now, in the genitive, we have cuyus, and for the plural, we have quorum. And then for the dative, we have cui and quibus. And for the ablative, we have quo and we have quibus. Now, if we look at the genitive and the dative, you'll notice that they are the same for the masculine. Okay. So the masculine, the feminine, and the neuter, they're the same. Yep, cuyus. And similarly for the dative, they're the same, cui, which makes life a little easy. Okay. However, for the ablative, we have quo, and it looks like domino. Yeah, the ablative, the second declension. Now, in the plural, we have as I said, the qui stays the same, the quos for the accusative, the quorum, okay, this quus becomes quorum, and then the dative and the ablative are quibus. Now, for the feminine, we don't have qui, we have que, which looks feminine, looks like very much like luna, lune, you know. For the accusative, we have quam. If I go to the plural, the que stays the same, so the masculine and the feminine don't change. And the quas, okay, is the plural for the quam. Okay, again, like this first declension. Okay, now for the genitive, instead of quorum, we have quarum, arum. So the feminine keeps that A when the masculine has the O. And then quibus is the same. Okay, so masculine, feminine, and neuter, all quibuses. Okay. For the neuter, so we have qui for masculine, que for feminine, and quad. And again, there's a rule that for all neuter nouns, pronouns, adjectives, that the nominative and the accusative are the same. Okay, for all of them. So we have the quad. And then the plurals are going to be que. Okay. Then the cuyus is the same, and for the neuter it becomes quorum, okay, like the masculine. Don't remember the second declension has a masculine neuter. So it's the same kind of rule applying here. So the genitive is going to be the same for the masculine and neuter. And then quibus. So those are basically the Latin relative pronouns. And they're going to appear quite frequently. And for that reason, they're going to be easy to learn. What may be difficult is knowing when to use them. But once you see them, you will know, you will sense, you will feel how to translate it from Latin to English. It's going the other way that might produce difficulties, okay? So having put your hearts at rest, I will continue. Sure, this is, oh, what did I do? I pressed something. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, something. Oh, that's better. Okay. Okay, let's look. We're going to do some English. Let's look at what we did last week. So we have two sentences. The girl is singing in the field. That's one sentence. I love the girl. Now, one is very specific. The girl is singing in the field. I love the girl is quite independent. It could be any girl, but I love the girl. It may be the one in the field, it may be one in church, maybe one at the beach, and so on. But if I want to join these two sentences together, there are two ways, pardon me, there are two ways in which I can do it. So if I were to focus on the first, okay, I love the girl. The subject is I. Okay, so I'm going to say I love the girl, and I want to identify the girl. Which girl? The one who is singing in the field. Not the one at the cinema, not the one by the beach, not the one in the market, but the one who is singing in the field. Okay? So I can say, well, I love is amo. I love the girl, puelam. So there it is, I love the girl. What is the girl doing? Well, the girl is singing cantat in agro. Agreed? So I love the girl who is singing in the field. Now let's look at the que. So I love the girl. So this is the noun that I want to deal with. The noun is feminine, puella. It is also singular. It's one girl. So it's feminine and it's singular. Therefore, it must be feminine and singular. So it must be que. Agreed? Feminine, singular. So it must be que. In the field. So I have, that's why I have que. Now, what I have now is cantat. So she is singing in the field. So it's the case. Now, what is the case? Well, it should be she. So it must be the accusative case. Agreed? She's a subject. So that not accusative. It must be the subject case. Okay? Because she is singing in the field. So this must just be she's singing in the field. So go back again. So it must be the nominative case, the subject case. Not that one, the subject case. Okay. That's how I would translate this if I am the subject of this new sentence. I can also write it as puelam. I can put the girl first. I can put amo second. The girl I love is singing in the field. Who is singing in the field? Okay, that's a more elegant way of doing it in Latin. So exactly the same, the word order doesn't matter. Now, in the second case, if I want to make the girl the subject, okay, because I'm head over heels with her, so she's the most important thing. So I said, the girl whom I love is singing in the field. So here, the girl must be the subject, must be in the nominative case. So it's puella. Okay, puella, amo, in agro cantat. So the girl whom I love. So we're going to look at quam. So again, puella is singular. Puella is in the nominative case. So let me go back. So puella is singular and it's feminine. Okay. So So there it is. So it's must be feminine and it's singular. I love her. I love her. So it must be in the accusative case. Amo quam. I love her, referring to the girl. The girl whom I love is singing in the field. And you can see the, oh gosh, what did I do there? What? So I did something, okay. Okay, you can see the difference in English. The girl, I love the girl who is singing in the field. The girl whom I love. So even in English, we see that it has the accusative form, whereas here it has the subject form. Okay, so that's why I put that there. So you can see the similarity and the difference between the two. So basically, we're looking at the first part of the sentence. What is the main clause? What is the dominant idea I want to get? So so here it is, I love the girl. That's the dominant idea. In this one, it is the girl is singing in the field. That's a dominant idea. So you can have the same idea. You might want to express the same idea, but there are different ways in which it can be done. And consequently, there are different emphases in doing so. Now, this is, you can see immediately, I'm sure, how the translations are going to be different and correct generally. Okay, it's simply a matter of emphasis. Okay. Oh, it can't be the end of it yet. It's not possible. What is going wrong? Oh dear. Well, let me see what is going wrong here. Okay. Okay, I don't know. I think the file somehow got corrupted. All right, that's okay. So okay, I am forced to leave it there. And any questions on that before I go on? We're going to do the exercise. Any questions?
I don't have any, but I'm hoping that it will get clearer when we try some examples.
Yes, I promise you, it will get clearer when we do the examples. So because it's it's just two things to remember. A pronoun, a relative pronoun, it's joining two sentences together. And that's the long and short of it. The two sentences really can be two clauses or sentence and a clause. And so one clause is more important than the second. So it's again, it's like additional information that is being given. So you have to determine what is the main idea, what is the primary idea you want to get across, and work from there. All right, hopefully next week I'll be able to give you some exercises, but I need to do more work on the on the more examples actually. On the hang on, I'm having problems. Why can't I can't seem to find the sorry. I can see it here, but I can't seem to be able to get it on my screen. Oh. Oh, I see. Okay, right. It was holding out, is hiding at the bottom. That's why. Okay. Okay, let's try. We've got about 15 minutes. We translated the Latin into English, which is easy enough. And now we're going to do the reverse, English into Latin. So what's the first thing we do? We look for the verb.
Right.
Okay. So the verb is what?
Hoping.
Hoping, was hoping. So it's the imperfect tense. Yes. Okay. What is to hope is what? Okay, spero, sperare, to hope. It's a first conjugation. So the teacher, what's the teacher?
Magister.
Magister, very good, magister. Okay, was hoping. Sperare is to hope. How is it going to end?
And BAT.
Bat, okay, right, so end in bat. So it'll be spera,
Bat.
bat, okay. Was hoping. To write.
Scribere.
Scribo, scrivere, to write. A scribe, someone who writes. Okay, so scribere, a letter.
Carta.
Lettera.
What did the apostles write?
Letteras.
Epistle.
Epistles, yeah, epistolam. Lettera could be the letter itself, not necessarily the ABC letter rather. Yeah. Okay. So it's yeah, so epistolam. What kind?
Long.
Long, and we use remember what I said, we try to use words as close to English as possible. So what's the Latin for long?
Okay. I'm mixing up Spanish and Latin now.
Even though it sounds stupid.
Larga.
Yeah, longus, yeah, langa. Longus, langa, langa, longum. Long letter to his friend's son, to the son of his friend. So to his son, or to the son,
Fili.
filius, filio, to is ablative, yeah, or it could be, sorry, it's dative, okay, of his friend. So friend is
Amici.
amicus, yes. And so let me see. So if we did this, you should see it. Right, so here we are. So Magister, the master, the teacher. Sperabat was hoping. Scribere, to write. A letter, epistolam. What kind of letter? Long one, longam. Okay, a long epistle, a long letter. Filio, to the friend, or to the son of his friend. Image of his friend is there. Okay. And are you able to use the dictionary, or do you want to see how to use it? Should I show you?
Yes, Father, please show us.
Okay. All right. Let me call it up. So I stop share here, and I will share again. Okay, so let me get the dictionary. It is, and I'll share. Okay, so this is what you have. Okay, now,
Right.
okay, now suppose we want a letter. So you don't know where to look. So I go to find, and here it says find. So I put letter, L-E-T-T-E-R, and I say find next letter. And there it is. So immediately I can see it's epistola, epistole. Okay, I can see if there are any others that has letter. I say find next. It's finished searching document, no more. So that's the one you want. It's gone. Okay, suppose I want another one. Suppose I want zeal, for instance. Z-E-A-L. So I say find the next one. Okay, and I just go up a bit. Oopsie. Let me take this away. Okay. So zeal. That's it. Now that's at the top, I think. So if I go back, and it will be down here. So kure is a first declension. Yeah, it's concern, anxiety, worry, care, zeal, cure, task, all of those. And if I want to find the next one, I just go there, and here it is again. Zelus, which is a second declension, is masculine. And there also I can use this one. Okay. Suppose I want to find another word. I don't know. Say I don't know. Sin. Okay. Let's look for sin. Okay. So here, you see, it'll give me sins, which is not what I'm looking for. Okay. So what I could do, if I put a space, okay, then it will look for SIN with the space following. And then you get this finish. That's it. But you see, if I did leave the space, I should get sinner as well. So let's see what happens. So since again, sin, there's sin. But you see, sin had a comma behind it. That's why when I put the space, it didn't turn up. So sin then is peccatum, peccati. And the next one, that is pecco, peccare, which is a verb, which is to sin, to do wrong, to make a mistake, to blunder, and so on. The next one, since, sine, sign without, sine, sinus, which is okay, the bosom. The next one is since again, that's going back to the top. Or asinine, which is donkey. That is. Cum, since, a conjunction. And that's it. And equally, if I want to do the Latin, okay, suppose I wanted to do okay, os. Okay, so okay, get opposites, hostile, suppose. Okay, floss, here's floss, floris, a flower. Fossa, ditch. Okay. The next one is gloriosus, glorious. Ostia. Ostis, enemy. Perhaps I was thinking of bone actually when I put os. Let's see, if I put a comma, that should take me straight to it. Os, okay, so there's os oris, which is a mouth, and os osis, which is a bone. Okay. Of course, I've got ostium, which is a doorway, and so on. Okay, let's see if I look at culpa. Okay, which is a fault. That's culpa straight away. A fault, crime, offense, error. Does it come up again? No, it doesn't come anymore. So that's essentially how you'd use the dictionary.
Thank you, Father.
Just use the find, whether for the English or for the Latin, and it'll come up. Okay, let's go back to the exercise. Okay, at dawn, the beasts were coming to the river to drink clean water. Okay, so where's the verb?
They were coming.
They were coming, and the subject?
The beast.
The beasts, okay. So we can start off with that. The beast is bestia.
Bestia.
And coming is to come.
Venere.
Venire.
Venire.
Veni Sancte Spiritus, veni, come. So they is plural. So it will be Venier band. Okay. So bestia, Venier band will come into the river. River is Rivam, yeah. To drink.
Bebere.
Bevere, good. Clean water. Aquam is water. Aqua. And it's going to be the accusative because they're going to drink it. Yes?
Yeah.
And then at dawn, the dawn is?
Aurora.
Aurora. Good. Good. So we can do that. And we get So here we are in Aurora in the morning, in dawn. The beasts, bestia, Venier Bant. Okay, they were coming. Rivam, the river. Bibere, to drink. Aquam, Puram, pure water, clean water. Actually, there should be a add revamp. They're coming too because there's motion. So an add is missing there. Add revamp. They're coming to the river because you have a sense of motion. Okay, I was teaching my sons to swim. The verb.
I was teaching.
I was teaching. Imperfect, yes. To teach is what?
Docere.
Docere, okay. So doceo. So I was teaching will be
Docebat.
bam, good, very good. Philios. Sorry, sons.
Filii.
Sons is Philios.
Filios.
And my sons, so it's Neus. And it's going to be, to swim is natare, yes? Like nautical, yeah? So, Dochebam, I was teaching sons, my sons, to swim. Okay. We were all drinking wine at Peter's house. Okay. Verb is
Drinking.
drinking. And so the verb is, the Latin is
Bibebamos.
okay, vivebamus, good. We, because it's we were doing it. All of us. So what adjective will have? All of us. Begins with C.
Conti.
Cunctus, yes, cunctus, cuncta, cunctum. There are two words for all. One is cunctus, which is first, second declension, and the other one is omnis, which is third declension, and we haven't done it as yet. We haven't done the adjectives of the third declension. That's why I'm sort of avoiding it for the moment. So we were all drinking, so it's bibamus, cuncti. What were we drinking?
Vinum.
Yeah, vinum.
Vinum.
At Peter's house. So it's going to be apud.
Apud.
Yeah. Petrum.
Petrum.
Yeah. Petrum. So apud, when you have apud of a name, it means at the home of or the house of, in the presence of. You could say at, so be kasam, you could say that, but then you have to say Petri, at the house of Peter, or you can say apud Petram, in the presence of, or in the place of. So it's bibebamus, we were drinking, kunkti, all of us, vinum, apud
Petrum.
Okay. The Lord God was building a kingdom for himself from the peoples of many lands. So, okay. Verb
Was building.
was building. So what's the word for building?
Facere.
Edifica.
Okay, okay, yes. Edificare. So he was edificabat.
Bat.
The Lord God,
Dominus
Dominus
Deus.
Deus, easy. Edificabat, a kingdom,
Regnum.
regnum, for himself.
Sibi.
You have CB or pro se, either would do, CB for himself. From
De. De.
they,
Populus.
populos, from the peoples,
Terrarum.
from the people, so it's populis,
Populis.
of many lands, terre. Right. So here we are.
Terrarum.
Dominus Deus, the Lord God, edificabat, was building a kingdom, pro se, or you could say CB. So he's either for himself or CB for himself. In this case, it's an pardon me. In this case, it's an ablative. If I use CB, it would be the dative. Okay. From because it's from populis. So that is an ablative, so I must have populis.
Populis.
Terrarum, from the peoples of the lands, and there are many of them, many lands. Okay. The boys were walking with the teacher in the field. So here we have.
We're walking.
We're walking. So the verb for walk is
Ambulare.
ambulare. Good. And we're walking. It's plural, isn't it?
Ambulant.
Ambu.
Labant.
Labant. Yeah. So, and the boys?
Pueri.
Pueri. So pueri, ambulabant. They were walking.
Cum.
Yeah. Cum.
Magister.
Yep. Magis.
Ter.
Tro. Yeah,
Tro.
cum magis. Tro. It takes the ablative. In Cambo. Yeah. So here we are.
Pueri.
Ambulabant.
Labant. Cum.
Magistro in Campo.
In Campo.
Okay. The prophets. The prophets were telling the people it is good to serve the Lord in all things.
We're telling.
We're telling. To tell is?
Dicere.
Yeah. Which one?
Dicere.
Dicere. Yes.
Or is it?
Or
Narab. Narari.
narrare, yes. Okay, to narrate. Okay. Now there's again, it's a sense. The prophets they wouldn't just say it, but there'd be a narration. They'd be explaining it as well, wouldn't they? Yeah, they were narrating. So again, with translations, it's in silent how the translator perceives it. So either word would do. But if you want to get a better sense, they were telling, which means they would also be explaining, with the more inclined to use narrare.
Okay.
Yep. So the prophets were telling, so nara, bant, and prophete.
Prophete.
we're telling the people,
Populo.
popular, populos,
Populos.
or yeah, or could be populum as well, because you can't have one people. You know, I mean,
Right.
sorry, the people is a group, a whole
A group.
group. Yes. So you can take it either singular or plural. So it could be populum or populos. Okay, it is good. They're telling people it is good. It is
Bonum.
bonum.
You say bonum?
Yeah, it is good to serve the Lord in all things. Now, let me see. So how does that go?
Servire.
Okay. So the prophets were telling the people it is good. That should be an M, not bonus. Bonum.
Bonum.
It's a good thing. They're telling, sorry, the prophets were telling the people it's a good thing to serve the Lord in all things. If I had bonus there, but the bonus is a man, it's masculine, so it's a good man, but it's a good thing. Okay, it is a good thing to serve the Lord in all things. So that should be bonum. So prophete, narabant, populos, bonum est. Okay. It's 6:10. How many? You want to finish it or do that next week? Or try it on your own? How many people were having difficulty with it?
Me.
Okay, I'll leave these for you, and I'll just give you the answer next week, and hopefully I get another exercise out. Okay.
Okay, Father.
Thank you, Father.
Stop here. So we go as far as 19. Okay. Now, as you can notice, we're getting into technical stuff, and it's probably need a little more practice exercises. Perhaps I should slow down a bit. Okay, so I know I put it somewhere. Hold on. Okay. Okay. We can say the Angelus. We'll do it in Latin as well. So I'm just going to put it on the screen. Okay. Can we see it?
Yes, we can.
Yes, Father.
Okay. Nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Angelus Domini annunciavit Mariae.
Et concepsit de Spiritu Sancto.
Ave Maria, gratia plena Dominus tecum. Benedicta tui mulieribus, benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus.
Sancta Maria,
Maria Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in mortis nostre. Amen. Dece ancile Domini,
fiat
ecce
mihi,
mihi secundum volum tuum. Ave Maria, gratia plena, Dominus tecum, benedicta tui mulieribus, benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus.
Sancta Maria,
Maria Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in mortis nostri. Amen. Et verbum caro factum est,
et
et
habitavit in
nobis. Ave Maria, gratia plena Dominus tecum, benedicta tui mulieribus, et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus. Sancta Maria, Mater Dei, pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in mortis nostri. Amen. Ora pro nobis Sancta Dei Genitrix.
ut dignificamur provisionibus Christi.
Oremus, gratiam tuam quesimus Domine, mentibus nostris infunde. Ut qui angelo nuntiante, qui sum filii tui incarnationem cognovimus, per passionem eius, et crucem ad resurrectionem gloriam producamo, per indum Christum Dominum nostrum.
Amen.
Amen.
Benedicat vos omnipotens Deus, Pater et Filius et Spiritus Sanctus.
Amen.
Okay. I'm sorry today was a little checkered, but I got a late start because of the previous meeting.
No worries, Father. We really appreciate it.
We appreciate.
Father, thank you, Father.
Okay, all right. Have a good evening, everyone.
Thank
Same
you.
to you, Father.
Good night, everyone.
Same to you, Father. Bye-bye.
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 See you on Sunday.